even think we fully got dressed, and they were taking pictures for the paper. I don't know what those pictures look like.
Mare is a resident of the Palisades, and she is an interior, well, she does house staging, and she has contacted the task force, and for our moving clients, she goes in and decorates, makes sure it's painted, and does shades and pictures and tables and furniture, and designs it for our clients, and she does that as her contribution to this effort.
And they did a good job. I told Jennifer, I said, I'm a little worried because I'm a designer, so. And she did an amazing job. We were very excited, and before they came, when they left, it just felt like, and then Maureen and Glenn and the people concerned, they ordered us all this stuff from Amazon, so it felt like Christmas almost. Every other day when stuff would come, it'll just come, and then the kids would get all excited and just tear through the boxes. I'm like, slow down. But it was very exciting.
Okay, another question? Anybody else? Okay, we'll do that again.
Okay, Herb, we hear.
Where they are at, and it's kind of a complacency that they come to. So those are the clients that we continue to work with. We continue to visit. We continue to service whatever their needs are or felt needs. We have some clients like that for some reason, just out of the blue sky, I've had one guy that says, I'm turning 60. I'm getting too old for this. Next week I have a dental appointment. The next 2 weeks I want to be in shelter. And he was one of those people. So.
I would say too, on top of that, it's already been touched on, and again, there's a lot of different reasons. A lot of times, like has been touched on, we're talking to these folks and they'll say, yeah, like has been said, I've heard this a million times, you're gonna help me, right? And then they get the no, click, no, click, no, click. So they're just thinking, oh, this is another dead end. So what are you gonna do that's different? And like has been said up here on this panel, and from the police side, and you guys, many of you that have been here have heard me say this, from the police side, being involved in this and seeing the happy endings here, I mean, it's just short of awesome. But a lot of these folks too, yeah, the ones that are either, if there's a mental illness component or narcotics addiction or alcoholism, sometimes it's just somebody who's down on their luck, but they have heard no so many times that they don't believe that this is actually gonna come to fruition. So that is a lot of times why they say no.
Glenda and Marie, about 3 tries to get me to go in. I didn't want to leave Jesse.
Yeah.
But I finally did it, you know. Left it behind. Bye.
I like the view from the bluff. On the fire, we had a cool ass spot up there. I woke up every morning, I saw the entire beach all the way down both ways, and then we heard that the fire happened, and it was like, all right, this is great. Woke up into a fire.
You know what? It's all clean now.
Yeah, no, we were cleaning, we were pulling trash. Me and my friend Tim were pulling trash out there, all kinds of stuff, all the time. And that fire was nuts. Woke up into orange, and I was just like, okay, let's get out of here, dude.
But the most important part about all of that is their persistence. I think you asked me about church, and I haven't been to church in a while because I've been having an issue with church. I've been in church all my life, and I'm tired of people sitting around talking about the problem, you know? Like, you guys are out here doing something about it, and I feel like the church is who should be. And the last time I went to Bible study, I almost got kicked out. I brought up the whole, you know, people concerned in the task force because, you know, they were like, well, you know, some people, you know, we try to, no. Glenda, Maureen, your team, y'all go after people, and you don't stop at no. You keep, because people don't know that they need help sometimes. They don't realize it, and like you said, they don't believe it. So the persistence is like the most important thing. So I've been talking about y'all.
So as you reflect on working with Glenda and Maureen and Jesse, were there certain times or certain services that were most helpful to you? Would you say, is there perseverance that they had, or what was most helpful to you when you just think back?
Maureen, Glenda, and Jaime are 3 different personalities, but yes, definitely persistent. Maureen is no nonsense. Maureen gets stuff done. Nobody's gonna test her. She's gonna get it done. Glenda is very gentle and very sensitive and very still encouraging, but she also comes with a very practical information and help. And Jaime is so committed to his job, like he's very committed to it. So he won't quit until like he reaches the finish line. It doesn't matter what he has to do. He's out there like busting his and then like for him to care about, you know, like my need, not just finding me a place, but finding the right place for me. So those things more on a humane level were like the difference.
The
difference is
the people that you worked
hearts.
with.
Yes.
How about, Mike, Jill, do you have a,
I'll tell you a big part of what.
can you use your microphone so they can?
I'll tell you a big part of what these guys provided was just being able to do laundry and get up, take a shower, and have laundry, go to school. Because those 41-degree showers at the beach it's cold water, cold air, run back over, get in a sleeping bag for an hour before you're to class. It's super cold out there sometimes in the wintertime, and I've taken a few of those 41-degree showers, and just to be able to get a hot shower, get laundry, and then bus tickets to school, tokens,
So just the
Right there.
immediate daily needs.
Period.
Making that available. Okay.
And then they got me an apartment, and it's like, I signed that thing. I didn't even go look at the apartment. I was like, okay, cool, because I was trying to get out of the shelter, because I figured that I was just taking up a space that somebody who needed it more could be using it. And so I just was like, cool, you got me a pad. I was like, I'm out, good, I'm done. So I just signed off on it. I didn't even look at the place.
And then Jill, is there something that you think of? So we heard the people. I love that you're called the people concern. The people to people engagement, the helping you with your immediate needs, getting that boost. Jill, what stands out in your mind?
Thank God. Really. But I didn't look at the apartment till after I signed the contract.
Mhm.
Like, when the ambulance came, me and Maureen went back to Turning Point, had a big black backpack, and I got my keys. I said, bye. I'm out of here. Thank you back for everything. And I probably went without anything to sleep on except the floor, hardwood floors. That's an old building. Just chunks off the floor. I don't care. It was my place, my space. Man, that's it. I had my sleep bag, and that was it. I was just happy. They busted their butts for me, you know. I don't mind where I live. It's Koreatown. It's not the neatest, cleanest place in the world. I mean, people dump their trash all over the place. It's like, but in that particular area, there's nice areas too, but you know, it just depends if people care about where they live or people that don't care where they live. And I keep to myself. I'm mostly inside unless I have to go to the grocery store or whatever, go do some shopping wherever. Just get out of the house for a minute. I don't like being in there all, like I said, I'm used to being out.
So the highlight for you is getting the house.
Getting the place.
Getting the place.
And I was too old.
Okay.
I'll be 60 in May.
Okay.
I just can't do it.
I gotta say one more thing really quick, is their program, the way that their program works internally is like very supportive, and nobody is up in your business. They're not like, it's not like they're not up in your stuff trying to make, you know, where you're like, whoa, I don't even wanna go in there. They're very supportive, and these guys are dedicated. Like, I'm not even joking. I mean, dedicated. Like, they are trying to accomplish things, and they're actually getting it done. And they're
People, meeting the necessities and getting a house. David?
Yeah, the dedication's a huge part of that.
Yeah.
The biggest part, really.
You know, Jill, you said you live near the Belter. Maria, where do you live? And Mike, where do you live? I'm curious to know.
I live on 92nd and Avalon, so that's like South Central Watts, and but it's a nice little street. Although the general area is rough, but we found like a nice little quiet street. There's homeowner pride, you know, so it kind of works.
I live a 434 South Rampart Boulevard, and all my neighbors, I play music, and they're all good with it, so it's a cool we do vocal tracking sessions in my apartment. I've been doing that at 3 in the morning before nobody says a word. They're all high-fiving, it's all good, they all know what's up, so it's.
Yeah, that was gonna be my second question. I'm curious to know how your neighbors reacted if they knew you were homeless at one time. Did they have different reactions, or what were their reactions?
My neighbors are cool, except we finally made progress, but my downstairs neighbor didn't really like us for a while. I mean, because we're a family and we're insomniacs, so it's really hard for us to sleep at night. So we're up, and they're not. Most people, normal people sleep. So it took a while to adjust. So so my downstairs neighbor didn't like us for a long time. But it's better now. We talked it out.
Good.
You want me to go talk to him?
Well, and I have some neighbors who wouldn't talk it out with me, so good for you.
I know a South Normandy, James and Wood and Normandy, right there, a lot of old apartment buildings there, tons of old apartments. That's why it's kind of a mess. A lot of people on the streets in tents there, you know, so I was like, yeah, I left the homeless and they're all over the place. And the cops don't care down there. They don't care. But it's not bad. I mean, I've dealt with worse, so it's not a bad place. I don't have any trouble with anybody. So, and a lot of people that live in my building are from Turning Point, so yeah, I knew them from the beach even. So wow, what a surprise! The ex-president of Turning Point is here, and Victor's here. It's like, yeah, that's like, wow, it's a small world.
Also, I would be remiss if I didn't call out my landlord, because the very first conversation we had, she told me that she wanted families in her building, so she was really excited to be able to help us out. And even though the downstairs neighbor and I were kind of clashing, she had a conversation with Glenda, and Glenda was the first-hand witness, but Glenda told me that she still has a lot of respect for me and things like that, but there was just an issue that needed to be ironed out. But she's an amazing lady, so, you know.
It's like Eddie living there.
The landlord. Yep, Doug?
This is not a question, it's more of a comment. For those of you who have not seen the documentary, The Advocates, I highly recommend it. And to me, the core of it was really watching somebody like Glenda and Maureen and Jesse and Jaime go through their life, and the persistence that Marina talks about. It is actually amazing to watch. We hear about it, and we've heard about it tonight, but I think to actually see somebody go through the frustrations of trying to get somebody to be willing to maybe stop being an alcoholic, stop whatever they've been doing that is destructive, etc., day in and day out. At the end of it, somebody was saying basically, we need more, this guy was named Ruben, we need more Glendas, more Jessies. Yeah. And what I think I heard out of it was that it takes more than just a persistence. It takes skill in knowing where all of these agencies are, where all the housing opportunities are. And we've kind of heard it here, but I'm not sure we can appreciate what Glenda and Jesse and Maureen do for us, and Alex. So just wanted to say that.
That was a wonderful movie. I did see it, and I told Sharon I need a vacation now, Sharon, after watching this movie.
Is it on YouTube?
But
No.
what they said, that they work however long it takes, that's how long they work. So
Where can we find it?
It was at the Lemley in Santa Monica for a screening to kind of begin to market this film, and I think it's getting a lot of praise. So I was asking, is it going to be on Netflix or not YouTube? He's got to make money off of it to make a living. But eventually, it will be available, and if you get a chance, I believe it is still in Glendale, I'm not sure. But take a look, see if you can't find it. And one of the other thing that stood out to me was Ruben, when he was asked, what would you like that you're not getting? And he said vacation. So we need to give Glenda and Jesse and.
And he was fishing in the LA River, remember?
Right, that was vacation.
So I have two more questions, unless I see hands, and I'm hoping that this can kind of help bring together some of our thinking tonight. So I'd like to know what is most important for us to know and understand about people experiencing homelessness. If all of us here tonight could learn one thing from you about the experience of homelessness, what would you want that to be for us?
I don't know.
I'll say that LA could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna deny it. LA could have been a lot worse. I see people going through horrifying things down by MacArthur Park, and they have mental issues, and LA could have been a lot worse. I landed on the right place, the right beach, at the right time, for the right people to handle it, and they do handle it. These people are like so dedicated. I mean, they don't even have to do it. They could just be all, I'm off, I'm clock out, I'm done. And these people are pursuing some they're like goal oriented, and they don't give up, because it's super easy to get frustrated. Like Officer Rusty, he touched on it. Click, 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 click. Eventually, you don't want to hear clicks anymore. You're like, screw the clicks. I'm cool on that. I don't want to do that. And these guys are putting up clicks and clicks and clicks and not even giving up. They're like, they're clicking back. And it's,
So for us to learn, then, what do we need to learn?
Homeless feels helpless. Best way to summarize it.
And then, my last question, if I don't see.
Jill may have had-
Oh, I'm sorry, you did. Yes.
All right.
No.
Well, the ladder comes along to help you out of your whole climate. The first time. It took a few times, like I said, but I finally put it down, said, yeah, I can't take this anymore anyway. That's it. When finally, persistence, that's it.
And then, if you were elected mayor and you could make anything happen to help the people experiencing homeless, and you could just make it happen, do you have any thoughts about what you would like to make happen?
housing first.
Housing first.
The program these guys do, where you put people in housing first before you go into like rehab, or you go into like rehabilitation, gives people a sense of pride, and they have keys to get in their apartment, and then they feel like they have more to accomplish and more to lose. And so it puts more on the table. It makes it a bigger picture for them, rather than just, you gotta finish rehab before you get your apartment, or blah, blah, blah. People just go, okay, cool, I'm cool with that. I can go back down the beach and get drunk. I don't even need to do any of this stuff, because I'm comfortable at the beach. People give me $20 bills at the stoplight. Why do I wanna go to an apartment? That's dumb. Palisades is beautiful. I'm being honest, really honest. And that wasn't my situation per se, but I've seen this happen, and people are just like, what? People drive up and give me $20 bills. I got booze, I don't care. I'm just kicking it on the best beach in LA. Why do I need to go anywhere? I don't need to do this. I'm sick of the no's, I'm sick of the rehabs, I'm sick of having to go through all these hoops and hoops and hoops before I can get a key. And these guys have a different program. You get a key, you get a sense of pride, you get a sense of you're going home at the end of the day, you can walk in your apartment and you close the door and lock it behind you. You got something you want to move on forward for that, you know what I mean? And it's actually a really good program.
Okay, so if you were mayor, you'd make sure there was plenty of housing first.
I would look at it. I would
Okay.
treat it. I would look at it from that perspective.
Great.
Because
Perfect.
in Hawaii, what they're
Good.
doing is they're taking shipping containers and they're gutting them and they're putting like bunk beds and everything, and they're sticking around Santa Island, and they're moving locals into that, and it's actually kind of horrifying because it's their island. But that's what they need to be doing is having solutions like that where
Okay, great.
10 cities don't work. You know.
My answer is communities. I think I think you also asked me what I'm working on right now, right? So I took a semester off of school, and as a result, my jobs were connected through my school, so I didn't have anything for a while, but I just kind of needed some time because, at any rate, so while I'm on this break, I'm working on designing communities, more so family communities, because I just believe in, you know, through this process you think about things and like how can, you know, avoid like what went wrong, whatever, whatnot, and I think here in LA is so big that we kind of forget about each other, you know, and being a single parent, I have a very keen sense of how important communities are. It really does take a village, you know. Growing up in a big family, there are so many people that I gleaned from, and now as a single parent, I kind of feel like I'm in it by myself, you know, like my kids aren't getting as much as they could be because there's not other people enriching their lives. So I would stress a bigger sense of community and working together and just doing things that would encourage more of a community feeling. I think that will help strengthen people, build confidence, and also in a community, the pressure isn't necessarily to get a job, it's more so into finding out what you're good at, because once you find your passion, I feel that your gift will make room for you. You know, it's easy to get paid at something you enjoy doing. So it's about building people in a sense of confidence and fortification and security and all those things.
Housing and a sense of community around those housing, so you aren't just dropped in a house, but there's something that goes along with that.
I have one more comment to say.
And so, Mayor, that's what we'll be doing, okay?
If I was mayor, I would also include a budget on the back end, because you give people vouchers and there's nothing following up on the vouchers. There's no money behind the vouchers to make sure that people are solid, make sure that people are being followed up on, make sure that people that need programs, need things, need assistance. There's no money. I talked to Maureen about this for like an hour. There's no money on the back end. The federal government throws out these vouchers and that's their solution. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here's your piece of paper, go handle it. You got 90 days, get it done or you're gonna lose it. And once people get in these apartments, I mean, not so much like myself, but like people who need rehab, they need, you know, there's no money behind the voucher. Once people are housed, there's no money for supportive services, and there's no money for that on the back end to follow through to keep people housed. And that's probably one of the biggest things that needs to change, because LA leads the world in homelessness. So sorry about that, people, but that's the reality of it. And you guys are actually doing something about it, and it's huge. It's huge, and it's really big. And if I was mayor, there needs to be some little budgeting on the back end so people can actually be.
Great, it's really great.
And our vouchers come with case management, so we try and stay in contact and meet with our clients and support them and find out what they need so we can help them stay in housing.
So you all know that once our clients here in the Palisades do find housing, we don't stop. The team that we are supporting and we are making possible continues to work with our formerly homeless people so that they can hopefully stay there. So, all right, if there are, yes, Jill, great.
You're mayor, Jill. If I were mayor. Well, there was I guess a couple months ago, there was a protest. It was a big building, it was empty, that's some government building. They were thinking about making a shelter out of it, a homeless shelter, a big building. And the people of Koreatown picketed it, and then they fought. They said, no, we don't want them living in, well, would you rather they lived on the street? So they could be inside and take showers and be normal? Well, semi-normal at least, you know, but having tents on the sidewalk, would they rather have that? I think I'd rather have them inside and take care of it, help that way. But Koreatown don't know what they want.
These are actually quite sage in what you were hearing, quite sage. All right, well, if I don't see any more questions, then I guess I would like to just summarize in saying that I think you're extraordinary for being here tonight with us. I think our community is extraordinary for making this possible. If you look at the numbers of homeless people in Los Angeles, you realize that one little outreach team that maybe has hundreds and hundreds of potential clients, they can't provide the kind of service that we all are making possible. But this intense kind of being right by your side and being community with you, and not to you, but with you, and moving forward. So I think this is very exciting. If we could encourage more communities to do this, it would be great. I'm thankful for all of you being here. If you all each went out and talked to 10 more people about what you learned here tonight, think exponentially how much we can do in terms of educating other people. So your time, I think, was very well spent, and I'm so glad that you're here. And Doug, I don't know if you have anything else to say. We're done, and thank you all so much.